Okay, that all seems to be working, and I didn't realize my mic was muted until now. We're not going to worry too much about the game's story anyways, but I figured we'd actually... So, basically what I was originally going to do was I was going to keep playing Crash Twinsanity, but then I stopped for a moment and thought to myself, hey Spyro, how you doing? I thought to myself, I'm not really having fun playing some of these really mid Crash games from the PS2 era, and so I figured why not play an actually good Crash game, one that's on the GBA of all things. Crash Bandicoot: The Huge Adventure. Nice, nice. Are you working on anything new, like any new videos at the moment? Or rather finished up on? Because you usually finish whatever video you're working on around this time each week. Also, I was logging in to edit my kick stream for some reason. Oh, here we go. And then I'll just edit my thing here. Perfect. Yeah. So I figured why not jump into a good Crash game. And I've been playing what was it? A Huge Adventure on this Ambernick that I had. And I was like, oh, this seems like a fun time, so I figured why the hell not. And this harkens back a lot to how good classic Crash was on the PS1 era. Granted, like, this is technically by all accounts a side-scrolling game. It still does really well for especially when you compare it to stuff like you know, Wrath of Cortex, which had way too many vehicle stages, and then you've got stuff like Twinsanity, where they change up the formula too much. Racing games that don't seem to do particularly well either. So when I look at something like Crash Tag Team Racing, which is easily like the worst racing game of the lot, it did have some fun platforming at times, but then we look at something like Crash Nitro Kart, where the best thing that they had going on was basically their tracks, but beyond that point there wasn't really much else to mention or even to talk about. I figured out what I'm going to make a video of: Gears of War 4 or Resident Evil 6. If I were to put my 2 cents in between those two games, I would say go for Resident Evil 6, because that one had such a fascinating history to it on like how much we thought that Capcom screwed up, how much we thought that, you know, Capcom was like going downhill, that the Resident Evil franchise was just never going to be the same ever again, and then when we got 7 it really was just like eye-opening. So I feel like 6 is a very interesting one. I think there's 3 or 4 playable characters in Resident Evil 6 across its campaign. And of course, like, just the absolute ridiculousness of what Resident Evil had become, fighting giant kaijus with giant miniguns or machine guns or chain guns. Like, oh man, like, I could just keep going. But yeah, I feel like of the two, if I were to make a suggestion, I would say Resident Evil 6 would be the way to go for myself personally. Actually, wait, did I just miss a crate up there? I thought I did. Huh. Also, I should use the D-pad, actually. Using the stick isn't going to do me any good here. It's going to be way more jank otherwise. The depth perception in this game and some of the mini games like flying were not good. They weren't, but still, I'll argue this game was actually still pretty damn good compared to its PS2 contemporaries. And honestly, like, the depth perception, well, I suppose when we think about my opinion, but no, I get that though. And I suppose, like, for me, like, I like to talk about my own opinions when it comes to stuff as well. So I'm just going to overwrite my old save because I was like playing it a little bit just to have a bit of fun, and then realized, oh, I should stream it. Otherwise, they'd do. I do agree the sliding mechanics could have been better. Personally, I never actually used the sliding mechanics that much, but especially when you're trying to do the relics, you do need to make good use of those sliding mechanics though. And especially in Entranced, where like the first level of the game is like one of the hardest you know, gold/platinum relics to get basically in the game. I love how like even like the second level of this game is basically the same as Crash 2, having an underwater level as the second level. It slows down the pace a lot, and honestly like underwater levels are some of the cheapest in Crash in my opinion, but hey, otherwise it's a good time. There we go. Got him. But hey, Strong, I was just mentioning earlier on in the stream that I stopped playing, or I put Twinsanity on hold because I wasn't having as much fun with it as I could have been. And so I thought, okay, let's actually play, let's play an actually good Crash game that came out after the original trilogy. And honestly, like, this is the first thing that came to mind. This is a really good time. Compare it, you know, when you compare it to the PS2 games. Well, I made a voting thing on my channel post for it. Oh, I have to vote. I have to vote. Okay, I'll vote after the stream. Or maybe I'll do it now, actually. Hold on, give me a sec. Let me just pause real quick. One moment. I'm just gonna do a quick vote here. Click. There we go. Spyro the Dragon. And posts. Oh yeah, let's go. I'll make a comment in the post later on, but yeah, I've done my due diligence, and I have in fact voted in that post. Oh, not due diligence. I've done my responsibility in voting. I guess that's what I should do. Still though, this game has got like a lot of color to it. That's the thing, is that like even though like all the images and everything are, you know, flat sprites basically, just seeing like, you know, the ships in the background and stuff, the game has a lot of color to it, and I really appreciate that. It makes it feel like you're actually underwater in some ways. Hi Naive 2001 in. But yeah, let me just smash up a few more crates here and there. The first, crap, what's it called? The first warp room is going to be very, very easy to do. But then it's like when we move from there to like the more sort of, you know, ice levels and stuff like that, it'll take a bit longer to get through the individual levels. But yeah, I feel like the main thing that Wrath of Cortex should have done was copy Crash 3. They tried, and yet they didn't even manage to successfully copy the stuff that made Crash 3 fun. Whereas this game right here did an absolutely brilliant job in copying all the good stuff, like I was saying. I really don't know what to say, you know? It really is just surprising. And in fact, this game also has, you know, color gems, the color gem paths, you know, death routes, like everything. This game really does feel like it has everything that I feel like a proper Crash game needs. And again, like my baseline is of course looking at, you know, Crash 1, 2, and 3 on the PS1 and kind of like, you know, adding it from there. I don't know if I would call this better than Wrath of Cortex, as the limitations kind of held it back in some ways. CNK was good but not great. Twinsanity also good but not great. This is just coming from my opinion though. Like, I had more fun playing this than I would say I played playing through something like Twinsanity, Wrath of Cortex. I feel like there's this level of simplicity is exactly what Crash needed, in my opinion. I think Crash is best when it's kept simple, and then when it gets more complicated, then I look at something like the way Crash 4 handles hidden gems, hidden boxes, and stuff like that. Like, you're actually then starting to get significantly more creative with the visual elements and representations. So that's why I would say Crash 4 is then, like, you know, like another good addition. And I'm saying, like, Crash 4, it's about time. Three, 4, 5. Woo! Break. Now, I can't get the second gem in this, the Death Path gem, because I need to get, I think it was the green gem? No, red gem. I had to get the red gem here. No! I got it. Damn it. Ah, curses. I took damage. Right, so it was, yeah. Jump and gotcha. I think this game, at least for me from a quality perspective, is better, even due to its technical limitations. The fact that it's able to do what it does is just, to me, frankly astonishing in that sense. Also, the head knockback, yes, sweet. I'm not going to play. 3, 4. I'm just glad that, like, when I double jump or when I jump on something, I'm not, you know, being dragged down. Like, the gravity is just, like, increasing for some unnecessary reason. The devs did an excellent job with this game. I really, really just cannot. I know I'm gassing this game up a lot, but man. And there are some limitations to the game. Like, I don't just think that, you know, it is like the perfect Crash game after the other Crash games that we got. It's just that it's one of the better examples of what we could have gotten during this period of time. I completely forgot that bird was there. Huh. So I nearly got hit. Well, that was a close one. Oh, and speaking of which, my next stream is actually going to be after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone. Hopefully you have a good time, a good holiday. Relax and, you know, spend some time with family. But the next stream after that is actually going to be just before the new year. So that's going to be a fun one. I'm going to be making my own videos of, like, you know, the best and worst games I've played this year and stuff like that. So that, I'm sure, is going to be just a good time all around. Damn it, wrong button. Oh, no, I pressed the right button. It's just when you, like, not jump off, but, like, you're falling off, technically. It doesn't, like, you try to hit the spin button, it doesn't actually spin in that sense. Oh, there we go. Kapow. Whee. Just a couple of more boxes to go. Oh. Yeah, sometimes, like, I love how you do still need to be relatively clever if you don't have the double jump to get some of these crates. Though, obviously, you'll then eventually hit a point where you do actually need to have the double jump to get those crates. But there are some more clever ways to get some of these collectibles. Anyway, let's, I just have a habit of saving between levels. And I'm only going to be streaming for a couple of hours, so just a heads up on that. Now. And even the music, actually. One thing that I can give this game a lot of credit for is the music. It's nice. Like, this isn't something you would normally expect, and not something that I would have talked too much about compared to other Crash games. Well, I think maybe I might have enjoyed some. Yeah, I did enjoy some of the tracks from, like, say, what's it called? Crash, Wrath of Cortex and stuff like that. Oh, hold on, how do I charge? Yeah, it was the A button. Yeah, I'm just getting into the music. Yeah, I'm just vibing here. It is. Don't mind me. Whoa! Almost got hit by the nitro. Let's go, Aku Aku to the max. Let's go. Let's blow up some things and be invincible and all that good stuff. Ah, man, I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying this too much. I guess sometimes when I do play like okay games, eventually I do need to space them out with some good or bad games to really, you know, be able to talk about. Man, I lost it all. Sucks. Anyway, whew, boy, that was ice physics, you know what I mean? That's why I'm not a fan of ice levels, generally. What have I got? Ah! I don't know. I fell off. Ah, boy. Not again. But hold on, I think I haven't gotten a bonus in this level yet, so I think the bonus is coming up. What have I got? There we go, seals. Those seals infinitely pop up for some reason, which I thought was maybe like a bit of a coding error, but I appreciate that it adds a bit more of a challenge, especially in some of the later ice levels when you're like having to deal with them on the slippery ice textures. Now, compared to like the PS2 Spyro games for me are better than the GBA Spyro games, but the Crash GBA games I find to be better in my opinion, but that's just me. Which is interesting because the Spyro games are actually not that good. Sure, you can play and enjoy them, but yeah, they just aren't as good. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I fell off. Wait a second. Yeah, we go. Hey, whoa! One more crap. Alright, jump. Gotcha. Run. Attack. Attack. Yay. Doo-doo. Just in slime. Let's go, people. Now, this is the one I don't think I can actually get the gem for right away. I think I need the double jump or the powerful body slam to get a little bit more air on one of the crates. One of which is in the bonus. And what's really annoying with this particular level is that the bonus is right at the beginning of the level. Generally, like, it's more helpful for the player to have the bonus be closer to the end, but maybe that's just me, you know. Whoa. There we go. Okay, so I didn't have to worry too much about that one. How about the one that's actually in the middle of the level now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotcha. Alright. I think we're good here. Whoop. Here we go. Also, now that I've finished, I've platinumed the game Anthem, so now that I've finished that game, I'm gonna actually start playing every God of War game ever, which is gonna be fun. I'm not gonna be streaming it, I'm just gonna be playing it in my own time, and I'm probably gonna be making some videos on that as well, because man, the God of War series, I really do need to get back to it, but also I've never actually played God of War 2018 or God of War Ragnarok, which are the two newest games that came out in 2018 and 2022 respectively, and of course yeah, I never actually jumped into either of these games in my opinion. They're a good time, nonetheless. But I really should replay the entire series, get the platinum for every game in each game in the franchise, and then I just need to replay. And I'll be doing the PS3/4 versions of the games, and with Ragnarok, obviously PS4/5 version. But when it comes to the Vita version of God of War 1 and 2, I'll be doing those afterwards, I think. I'll just focus on doing the PS3 versions first. So that's what my plan is going to be for the holiday, is I'm hoping to play through all of the God of War games. And if I get those done, then I'll probably do games like PGA 2K23. I've also got some other games like Marfusha, Metal Hellsinger, just some good stuff all around, I feel like. So I think what I would say is, especially during the holiday season, as I finish each game, I'll be making reviews and stuff. So I would say definitely look forward to some more reviews on the channel. As for what my streaming is going to be like, at the moment, I am playing through Crash Bandicoot: The Huge Adventure. Of course, I think I'm gonna be... Yeah, I probably should jump. But it might take me a couple of streams to get 101%. Now the question is, do I want to go for the 101%? That I'm not 100% on. Maybe I'll give it a shot. If I enjoy it enough, then I will. But yeah, I definitely am having... I hit jump at the wrong time. But yeah, I'm basically having a good amount of fun at the moment. So at the moment, it's a yes, but that could change further down the line. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, if this week and next week I do Crash: A Huge Adventure, will I be doing it the week after? I'm not 100%. Oh yeah, there's also Chroma Gun VR. I need to do my second stack of Chroma Gun VR platinum as well. That game's gonna take me like an hour and a half to platinum. So you know what? I'm probably not in too much of a rush to complete that one. Maybe I'll do like just God of War 1 first, just to kind of get my teeth into the God of War series a bit. Here we go. Jump. I just want to wait for the TNT to explode before I leave the bonus, just to make sure I get the full 47, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the one right here where I'm like, how do I make this work? Yeah, I think this is the reason why I can't get the gem here. Which just seems a little bit arbitrary, but hey, you know, you gotta make people come back at some point as well. Kick out the rats with the sliding mechanic. I suppose me saying that I don't really use sliding. I use it when I need to. I just don't really make use of it like as part of time trials and stuff. Gotcha. Sitting on a very nice 23 lives. Gotcha. Life. I have been given eternal life, some might say. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be coming back to get additional lives anyway, so you know what? Not the end of the world by any means. Would I have to replay this level for the gem? Having 6 TNTs next to each other, though, that's something that doesn't make too much sense to me. And I just blew up another life. Ah, man. That sounds about right. Somewhere around half an hour, like I've completed like the first 5 levels. Damn, that was close. Oh boy, just when you think you got him. Got him. Yeah, but there's still that one crate that I could not get. Ah, guts, man. Hate it when that happens. But anyway, not the end of the world. Among other things. Hold up. Okay. This one I thought was interesting. So here I can just kind of body slam to grab a couple more. Boom. Wait, I missed 2? What was the other one that I missed? Oh, you know what? Nah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. Not gonna worry about it. I thought I was only gonna miss 1. How did I miss 2? That's what I'm more like thinking about now. That's crazy. What? 12% complete. Now, for the first boss in the game, Dingo freaking Dial. Let's go. So, this boss fight is going to be all about avoiding the stalactites. I think that's the one that's on the ceiling, and stalagmites are the ones that are on the ground. Sharks, stalactites, and Dingo Dial. Those are the 3 main threats in this boss fight here. Just gonna hide here. Now, there are gonna be some sharks that are gonna be appearing momentarily. Or is it only in the final round that sharks appear? I guess it's only in the final round, technically. So here's gonna be some sharks here. Yeah. Is he gonna attack? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so sharks are now coming to get me. Whew! I managed to like dodge my way through not getting hit so far. Still not hit, but who knows, a shark could come and hit me. Or not. Kapow. I love hearing like that visceral sort of slapping sound when you hit the hit Dingo Dial. But yeah, also just to kind of, I guess, since we're already like, you know, half an hour into the stream and I've already beaten the first warp room, it's worth mentioning that Cortex basically shrunk the entire planet into like a tiny ball in his pocket, which is why he's kind of there. It's too bad that there's no like, you know, voice lines or anything for any of the you know, cutscenes sort of in between, but technically they're not really even cutscenes when I really think about it. But regardless, it's a fun time, so I think we can't argue the semantics of that. But yeah, Snow Crash, that's the next level in the game. Is that a rabbit? That looks like a rabbit. I don't know why. Levels do start to get slightly harder from here. And at least Aku Aku, compared to Twinsanity, is not useless in this game. Thank goodness. I need the blue gem for that one. I did not know I could break those. I did not know I could break those, like, barrier things or whatever those were. Okay, here I'm gonna probably die a couple of times, I think. Oh boy, just a couple of crates there. So I'm holding A to kind of speed up so that the Yeti doesn't catch up to me, because in certain areas there's not going to be enough of those speed boosts to help me get away from the Yeti. And as long as I don't hit the electric parts of the those barriers, I can basically break the barriers. But I luckily had an Aku Aku on me at the time of that. Ah, no, I got hit. Curses. But again, not the end of the world by any means. What the heck? Oh, yeah. Nitro. Ah, right. Wrong button. I didn't hit the jump button. That's what I was... That was my mistake. Ah, curses. Ah! Woo boy! There we go, we made it to the end. It was that final obstacle that killed me the first time around. Well, anyway. Yeah, like these things that stomp downwards, I didn't know they could die. So that's interesting, the fact that I had an Aku Aku invincibility mask on at the time that I was dealing with those things. Crazy. Anyway. Crush. Oh, wrong button. You could see I was like pressing the wrong button. Ah. Cool, cool. Jump, jump. It's gonna be like 20 or so crates. 31. Jeez, that's a lot. It's a lot for like how many crates are left in the level, so we must be close to the end. Ah, it's that. Okay, it's this bonus. So we need to go down 2, 3, 4, 5. Making sure that we hit all the boxes, because it's very easy to skip every single box in this bonus if you don't know which way you're going. That was an accident. And there's going to be a green blow-up or nitrous crate at the end of the level anyway, so I think we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it's right here. It's in the bonus actually. Huh. Who would have thought? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually unusual to see something like that in the actual bonus itself of a level, rather than in the actual physical representation of the level. Anyway, 5 crates left. Let's keep on moving. I feel like these seals are gonna keep going down to their deaths, I think. If you want to see endless seals dying, there you go. You sick, sick person. There you go. I'm always jumping to the exit to make sure that I don't miss the what's it called? The the gem. Because then I've got to touch the gem before I hit the ground and get teleported back to the main level, or the main warp room. Rocket Racket. Now this is probably like the closest thing to like the first bad level of the game, where I'm not really a fan of like the flying levels, because they like, yeah, as mentioned earlier, depth perception, awful, but it's again not as bad as like some of the worst levels in other games. And also, yeah, now that I think about it, vehicle segments, very few and far between in this game. The only vehicle segments we've had so far have so far been just this level and the 2 ice levels, because both of them feature us riding in Polar on a chase. On a sort of icy bear chase segment. Nitro. What I love about these levels, at least, is that like we can just blow up the nitro as is. Also, these bombs have a habit of like chasing you down, basically. Checkpoint, there we go. I love how the planes themselves are the checkpoints as well. Again, exactly like the PS1 games. Also, I think I missed a crate, by the way. So you know what? I probably want to get myself killed right now. Just to give it another shot. Definitely got to prioritize the crates over the enemies, because the enemies will remain on the screen while the crates will just straight up disappear. So it's always easy to go back whenever you need to. So there's only one more crate left if I remember right in this level. Yeah, by going through these boosters, you also get some whooper fruit as well. So I'll just take advantage of that. Yay! Alright. Let's blow up the last blimp. But yeah, going through and playing every God of War game is basically what my intention is going to be. And I think the order that I'm going to go at it is going to be God of War 1, God of War HD, God of War 2 HD. So those are the 2 God of War HD collection games, I guess. But there's 2 HD collection games, so after that it's going to be Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, then God of War 3, then God of War Ascension, then God of War 2018, and then Ragnarok, I think. That should be all of them, yeah. And for those that don't remember, I think it was God of War Ascension that was the multiplayer, somewhat multiplayer-ish God of War game. Just hang in. So we're going to be doing some hang in here. If that's anything to go by, I mean. Yeah, I am starting to kind of get into, you know, the music. It's actually not as bad as, like, it could have been. And to think that, like, just like the other sewer level, we in fact have, and I completely forgot to mention, for any Crash Bandicoot fans that realize it, The sewer levels are a callback to Crash Bandicoot 2. I died. See, that was a bit of a mistake on my part, I think. See, the double jump, I think, is going to be necessary here, but let me see if I can try and do it without the double jump. Oh, damn. Yeah, I can't do it without the double jump, damn it. Oh, no, maybe? Oh, actually, I think we might be able to do it. We'll see. Ooh, close. I nearly landed on that nitro right there. Here, boom, jump up here. Ah, no! So I need to go over the top to grab a couple of crates and then make my way backwards. Oh no, yeah, okay, I destroyed a few, one too many. So this is actually a surprisingly tricky bonus, all things considered. Whew, close one. Alright. Let's go, people. Oh my god, that's close. Now, jump up here, then jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. All right. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just gonna jump this one. Close one again. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No! Wait, hold on. No, I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck. Hold on. Yeah, I was stuck. Unless I made my way backwards somehow, I think I was stuck. Oh, this time I got a life. Sweet. 3. There we go. Made it across the ditch. What? Oh, damn. Destroyed one too many, I think. Is probably what happened right then and there. Let's give this another shot. Like, the strategy is there. I just need to do the strategy, I guess. Ah. How did I jump too far for that one? Interesting. I feel like if I'm turning around and then jumping, it seems to give you a bit more distance, I guess. Three. Made it. What? How? One. Whoop. Get the hell out of there. It's a blast zone. Life. Yes. Where there's a life, there is a way. 1, 2, 3. Nailed it. What? 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you know what? I'll try that again. I'm gonna try that again. What the heck was that? I know I can do better. And I was so close before, too. I was so close before. God dang. Alright. What was with the TNT just exploding when it hits the ground? Is like one crate too much for TNT to handle? It's like immediately got to explode. Well, I suppose that's what you need for explosives, right? Is because any like immediate force, and gravity is a force, make no mistake about it, that it would cause an explosive to go off. But I thought that would be more of like nitro territory, not necessarily TNT territory. Because with TNTs, you gotta make sure that, you know, you light up the fuse, you gotta, yeah. Like, you gotta trigger it on your own, rather than it kind of going off by itself, if that makes sense. Damn, I missed the life. 1, 2, 3. Made it. Let's go. Alright. Very few times do I ever make it to this point, but no, God damn it. Okay, I gotta jump like right at the edge, I think. Because that is maybe the toughest jump without having access to something like a double jump or something like extra. That could probably help as well. Because I'm trying to do this in the with the limitations that I don't have the double jump. And of course, like later on, the game's going to get harder as well, so worth keeping that in mind. Oh, no, I didn't jump. Why did I not jump? I like pressed the jump button, but my brain was very delayed, I guess, is what I would say. My brain had an input delay. Ah, I exploded myself, but that's all well and good. Oh no! I exploded. One, 2, 3, 4. But thank goodness I'm finally off work for the rest of the year, so I can actually sleep for once. I remember when I recorded the video on the Steam machine, and the comment section was saying like, oh man, like you gotta get some sleep, man. And I was like, oh, that's actually nice of the comment section to say that I should probably get some sleep. And trust me, it was pretty nice sleep that I got when I took a week off work. The pressures of work are very, very annoying, because you kind of have to do a thing that you don't want to do, but you kind of just have to do it. So it is what it is, in the grand scheme of things, I would argue. Maybe I'm one of those rare people who find no fulfillment in work and would much rather do as little work as possible if ever given the chance. But I'm sure there's other people like me, because like a lot of like people who'd like to like, you know, psychoanalyze others are like, oh, you know, people want to do work because they want to achieve more and things like that. And I look at myself and I'm like, oh, I don't want to achieve more, I want to achieve less, if ever given the chance. Anyway, completely screwed that up, so let's try that again. But yeah, like I really like, I look at like work and I'm like, man, why do I want to achieve more? I want to just try and do less. Just do the bare minimum and just be like, yeah, I'm done. And yet somehow like I'm like winning awards at work, being like, oh, you're the best at what you do. And I'm kind of looking at them being like, what? What? I don't even want to be here, yet you're giving me awards? What the hell is this? Oh, wait, what am I playing right now? I'm playing, I forgot to upload a short today. That's why I was like making notes on like what shorts to make. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, why am I even breaking these? I need to try again. Granted, if I waited until I beat the next boss... Was it the next boss? No. When do I get the double jump? Or was it the boss after? I do not even remember. Huh. Oh my god. I blew myself up again. What the heck? Gotcha. Whoa, 2, 3. Made it. Sweet. Jump, jump, and no. What's up, Spyro? You're not dumb. What's happening? Oh my god. This is when I thought I was getting it done. Done. Now you know my brain is functioning at 10% capacity. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Made it, I think. But yeah, what's up, Spyro? Let us know. Three, 4, 5. I accidentally deleted all my progress on Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. See, I'm okay. I'm gonna let you guys in on my brain a little bit here. Every time I've been saving the game in the stream, I've been trying my best to be super careful not to accidentally delete my save. So that's incredibly unfortunate, Spyro, because like 4, 5, oh. Like that is more than anything really unfortunate because of the fact that Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is such a big game. It takes a while to get through, so man, like RIP that save in the sky, you know what I mean? It's been deleted. Is it not recoverable in any way though? I don't imagine it would be, but I'm being like a little bit positive and hoping that there might be a way. Because the thing is that, like, I haven't really played that much Tears of the Kingdom. Though in saying that, I haven't really played Breath of the Wild much either, so Tears of the Kingdom was kind of out of the question to begin with. No. Okay. You know what? I was trying to keep it positive. But sometimes I guess you gotta face reality. That's incredibly rough. I'm sorry to hear, Spyro. I know what it's like to like lose progress and stuff, but like I said, I've been paranoid as hell throughout my entire time streaming the game that I've been trying my best not to accidentally delete my save file. So that's just me letting you guys in on my brain every time I'm saving. So maybe when you go back and rewatch the stream, or if you're watching the stream any further and I finish a level, know that that's what I am thinking. And why I'm slowly saving as well. But I'm also gonna back up my save somewhere else as well, just to be sure that I don't, you know, miss out on anything. Yeah, no, that's really unfortunate. Holy crap. Yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to say it. Deleting save files. Yeah, again, that really sucks. When was the last time that happened to me? When I accidentally did that. That's a tough one. I actually don't really remember. It's been a while, I guess. Man, I thought I was about to die. What the heck? Oh, I need the green gem to get the remaining boxes. Damn it, I totally forgot. Yeah, so I can't get all the gems there either. All the boxes for a gem there either. Is what I meant to say. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've come across any colored gems yet. So they're all in the second half, if I remember right. Save game. Click. Yes. I'm just going to back away. Because the delete option is directly underneath it, I think. It's like load link game, and then save game, and then delete game. And I'm like, no, don't delete. Shark attack. Not much Daffy's Duck. What's happening with you? Actually, you know what? Sharks. Sharks is what's happening with me. Oh, man. Whoo, boy, this is a good time, though. It's weird, though, that, like, with, like, weaker hardware, we weren't really complaining about the quality of the game because the game was still of, like, good-ass quality, you know? The ways of the GBA. A significantly underpowered piece of hardware that didn't need to run the greatest games in the world, but was still just really fun regardless. Great. Oh man, it's always good to be doing great. And especially since it's end of the year, it's a good time to just put your feet up, relax, and just kind of enjoy life. I suppose it depends though on you, the person, as to like what life you're living and whether or not you're enjoying it, and what you enjoy about it and junk like that. At least I know for me it is. Also, what's up with all of these holes on the sides though? Something about them just feels kind of weird, creepy in a way. Ooh, boy. Okay, wait. There we go. Checkpoint. Jellyfish. That was not ideal, but hey, it is what it is. You know? Are these guys gonna go up? Yep. There we go. Hold on, is there another colored gem in this level? I don't think so. Oh, maybe, wait, there's only one gem in this level, right? Unless I'm like, completely like off my gourd. Yeah, I was like thinking, I haven't even gotten the crystal yet. How am I like at the end of the level already? There's a gem and the crystal right sort of back to back. Now it's just the one gem. Okay. That was a very, very short level, all things considered. Whoops, wrong button. Save, click, yes. Back away, and level 10, ruined. The first colored gem is here. And these guys can't die for some reason, I don't know why. So the only thing you can kind of do is just stomp them like that. Wee! Jump. Let's crush it. I died. Oh, and to get the blue gem, I need to get the tornado of death before I can even do that. So I can't even get the blue gem at the moment. That sucks. Because I know where it is in the level, it's just I can't get it at the moment. Need to get the tornado of death or whatever it's called. And the fact that even like this game is able to like program in the death tornado power up, it really does make the PS2 games feel like a hell of a lot of just nothingness for the most part when it comes to the the quality of the games, The post PS1 Crash games deserve better, in my opinion, but then we did get some really good stuff like this Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, the Insane Trilogy, of course, lest we forget, and of course sequel to this, Entranced. Crash Bandicoot 2 Entranced was also a really, really good time as well. So, you know what? A strong GBA Crash games, that's all I'm gonna say. Whoop. Close one right there. Very close. Ah, damn, I died. Crouch. Oh, jeez. I completely forgot that the platform was moving as I was on it, and I jumped. For some reason, I thought, you know what's a great idea? Jumping. Ah, I slid off. Anyway, I need to get used to these moves anyways for doing the gold and plat relics. But especially with this game in particular, or rather this level I should say, I think it has the longest relic times because it's the longest level in the game because of how much time you're spending, like, waiting around for platforms to come up and things like that. So I think in terms of the most irritating level in the entire game, this would certainly be it. But even then, it's nowhere near as bad as how irritating other game mechanics and things can be, especially in other Crash games on the PS2. So, hey, it's not the worst thing in the world necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time to blow it up. Now, this is an interesting one because I'm just gonna wait for the TNT to basically blow this whole thing sky high, and then whatever's left, that's what I'll break. Ah, damn, right. These things are invincible, just slide them. So it's actually over there that I would have had to get the blue gem from that I just passed. So just before you hit the green crate on that same like lift, if I death tornadoed all the way to the left, I would eventually reach where the blue gem is located. Damn it. And I don't think there are any crates near the blue gem from what I recall, but I could be wrong about that one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Made it. Ooh, that was a close one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah! Wait. Did I need to do a mid-air slide to make it over? I think you are losing interest in Twinsanity. Maybe Titans you will enjoy better. I think I will enjoy Titans better. That's why I wanted to take a break from Twinsanity and play this game, because this game's actually great. Like, and I suppose it's also true that like, I feel like you can only keep an interest in something for so long before that interest does begin to dwindle. Even if you're a fan of something, like for myself, I'm a fan of like Spyro and Crash games, but that doesn't mean that I play, every Spyro and Crash game. Again, that was my first time, I guess, playing through Twinsanity, and I just didn't quite understand the mechanical aspects of it. No! But yeah, I do think I might... So, I do like Titans. I think I like Titans more than Twinsanity now that I'm looking at it from a retrospective view. Because I played Titans before. Never finished it, but I have played it before. And the jacking element of jacking monsters and controlling them is a cool idea. And it's just that... spinning isn't quite the same. The tats on New Crash, I think is fine. The writing and voice acting, I think, is great. I think they took a lot of inspiration from like the jokes and the way in which things were being presented in Twinsanity. That's how they presented some of the cutscenes, and especially Mind of a Mutant, which feels like it could have been an animated TV series on its own. At least there's a little inkling at the back of my mind that leads me to believe that maybe Mutant was supposed to be an animated TV show, and it just didn't quite get the go-ahead, if that makes sense. I think that Titans has 3 different versions: the main console, PSP, and the DS versions. They use the older formula and the GBA version that combines enemies controls with the huge adventure graphics. So the thing about Titans PSP and console is it's exactly the same game. So the console version of Titans and the PSP version of Titans is the same game. Third person, over the shoulder, the map is exactly the same. The only difference, the main differences are going to be between the GBA and DS and console versions of Titans. Now that being said, you could argue the mobile versions of Titans as well could be its own separate thing as well. And then there's also the N-Gage version, which is different from the mobile Flash version of Titans. But I feel like with Titans, there's like way too many versions of the game. If I remember right, there's like 13 versions, for example. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get the double jump and then get the crate for that one. That's just a little annoying. Yeah, I got him. Or I could have just baited him out, I guess. Whoop. Jump. We blow these open. Ah! I don't know what just happened, but something happened just there. Here we go. Ah! Why do I keep almost nearly falling off everywhere? What the heck is this? Alright, I'm just waiting for the next one to appear. Pow. I think Titans had a popular concept with the enemies being able to control. Though, in saying that, it wasn't all enemies, but it was some of the bigger, cooler looking enemies. And some of those Titans had some pretty useless abilities. I mean, I look at something like the E-Electric, for example. Whereas, like, the Spike Titan was always the coolest one, in my opinion. It had a decent ultimate ability, where you could just pop up spikes where his enemies are and kill them that way. There were some cool ideas. There there. But the lava level was definitely, I think, easily the most annoying part of the whole game. Because it just didn't have to be the way in which it was, which is that you had to get off your Titan to then go to an area to then fight some enemies to then continue on the game. That was pretty annoying. Right, so I'm just gonna save real quick. Cool. And we're gonna get into the engine boss fight. Let's go, people. The first one I need to get rid of is that machine gun, and then the thing above his head. Or maybe I need to get rid of one more of these to get rid of the thing over his head. Yep. Yeah, now the thing over his head that shoots out the bombs, that's real annoying. So I need to get rid of that next. Because the thing is that, like, hitting that area is really tough, especially when he's going round and round and round. So I need to do, like, some concentrated fire on that thing. And also he can block it as well, which is really annoying. Because he's got a cover. Yeah, like, you can see how much damage that just did. Oh no, here it comes again. Ooh, boy, that was close. I guess while he's doing that, he's gonna try and blow up some more of these stupid bombs that are still trying to get in my way. Oh my god, that was close. Got him. So that just leaves me with this last bit here. At least the DS version of Titans tried to incorporate the style of Wrath of Cortex again. Yeah, I don't know whether or not that was such a good thing. That being said, I haven't really played the DS version of Titans. I've seen some gameplay of it, so I don't know if it really even takes in that much from... Ooh, double jump, sweet. If it even takes that much from Titans. Not Titans, Wrath, sorry. And now we make it to the third what's it called? The third wolf room. But before I get too carried away, where is the double jump? Ruined, yeah, let's do ruined real quick. Also, another realization I had, especially with streaming, what's it called? With streaming to insanity, was that I wasn't having fun. So honestly, for me, like, streaming should be fun. And because then as a result, if I'm having more fun, then I'm hoping that you're having also just as much, if not more fun as well watching. I wonder why do most people like Titans more than Twinsanity? Was it because the slapstick humor was toned down more? I could see that being the case, but with Twinsanity in particular, I saw the cutscenes, for example, they feel very stilted. Like, there's very little movement from what I've noticed. And also, Twinsanity I was hoping was going to be funny, but it really wasn't. Whereas I think that I had more fun watching the mutant cutscenes than, say, playing through Twinsanity. And Twinsanity was relatively painful to play through. Like I said, I was dying a lot. The open-ended structure really didn't suit Crash style of gameplay. And somehow the GBA games of this era were better than the actual, like, mainline PS2 games. It could be any number of things, and I suppose we're trying to, like, guess from a very generalistic point of view, but we don't really do that, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm just overthinking things at the moment, as far as all of that goes. Is it possible that I might be onto something? I really doubt it, to be completely fair. Alright, so I'm just gonna blow all of these up. Kaboom! I don't think the main console version of Mutants was as good as Titans, since you have to backtrack all the time. I suppose backtracking is kind of important in a way, because then when you get access to certain Titans, you need to go backwards and use their abilities in other certain locations. I suppose so, yeah. That's more so just that's just from a game design perspective, though. Well, not necessarily game design, actually. It would be what's it called? Level design, actually. That's what that was. One, two, three, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, damn it. I should have just double jumped. I don't know why I haven't been double jumping yet. I feel like I'm just using my double jump less, because, you know, say for example when you're like playing through Crash 4, double jumping is sort of less advised. Here we go. 2, 3. 2. Oh boy, I didn't know that this thing was going to be here. Well, anyway. Kaboom! 19. GBA Titans was better than Crash Purple. Crash Purple. Because the thing is that I'm in a European region, so for me it's, you know, Spyro Fusion and Crash Fusion. I think Crash Purple was Crash Fusion, which, yeah, sure. I mean, like, neither of the Fusion games were any good, which I think is also the equivalency of Yeah, like... Whoa, the enemy just immediately respawned. Yeah, no, neither of the games are particularly good, but hey, at least it's better than Spyro Orange or Spyro Fusion, depending on how you want to look at the title, which was just a god-awful game in every sense of the word and should never have ever been played. Goddamn, Spyro Fusion, man, was such a bad game. I need to stream that. It's such an awful game that people need to see how bad it is. All right, time to get the tornado death power-up thing. Insert words here. It was interesting to see Crash fight Ripto in the first time in that crossover. It was, and in fact, I think more than anything, it's also worth mentioning, but Spyro and Crash had to fight each other first before Crash fought Ripto, and Spyro was fighting Cortex. Actually, you know, Spyro also was fighting Nina as well. Again, I like the idea of like crossovers and stuff. It's too bad that the games that they made were just awful for what they were. And that is really, really unfortunate, I think. I wish they would have just made better games out of them. That's all. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, damn, we could have double jumped. Hindsight is 20/20 when you can double jump. Here we are. Ow, ow. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to be like selective of like when I double jump to make sure I don't kill myself like into a penguin's like attack, for example. Woo! Nailed it. And I can just double jump over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just to, oh, wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. But you know what? It worked out in the end. Oh, I got hit, damn it. Curses, I got hit. Alright, oh, life. Dude, I ran into the nitro, god damn it, just as I hit 40 lives too. Ah, DS version of Titans was unique since you can play as Nina's own levels. Wait, so Nina had her own unique levels in the game? What the heck? Was she even playable in any of the other versions of the game? I didn't think so, right? Unless I'm completely remembering wrong. But I didn't think Nina was at all playable. Also, my god, the amount of like stuff being thrown my way. So you can already see like this, the increase in like difficulty already of like the levels as time has gone. I should have hit that checkpoint, but I completely missed it. Electrocuted. Ah, electrocuted, damn it. But I definitely need to stick to like the middle of this area. Reason being is that that's where the checkpoint crate is going to be. There we go. So at least if nothing else, I can start from that checkpoint right there. No, Nina was only playable in Twin Sandy and the DS version of Titans, and in GBA Titans, you can jack on Nina. Huh. Interesting. Because the thing is that if you're able to fight Nina, my assumption is, yeah, you would be able to jack her because you're able to do that to Cortex when you fight him in the as part of the final boss for Titans and Mutants. No. He's definitely the final boss of Titans. I can't remember if he's the final boss of Mutants. No. I need to get ass blasted right now. I missed the box. No way did that just happen. I missed the box. Wait, does that mean that there's a bonus coming up? Gotta be right. Yeah, there's a bonus right here. I was glad you can fight Dingodile in GBA and DS Titans since he was my favorite Crash villain. Really, Dingodile? Because you never know what kind of villains or good guys people like. Or how popular certain characters can be. Dingodile is actually quite popular, more than I would have ever realized, to be completely fair. Though saying that being said, as an Aussie bloke, he fits right in, I would say. Alright, got a couple more left. Hopefully. Nice. And good. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, I'm just missing one crate, which is the one that I missed. I still can't believe that happened. You know what I mean? Like, how did that happen? That I somehow missed like that one crate. Man, really gets you. Let's try that again. Snow Job. Dingodile was playable in the 2020 game as a good guy for some weird reasons. Yeah, so he is playable in Crash 4. It's About Time. Yes. His levels are some of the more annoying ones in the game, comparatively speaking, because he makes his parts of the level, not only are his levels, but also the parts of the levels in which you play as him, does make those levels significantly harder for no reason, especially when you're trying to go for the relics. Grab my drink for a second. I'll probably be streaming for at most maybe just another half hour, and then I'll probably just end the stream there, because I'm just way too excited to jump into God of War 1 all over again. Like, I'm just very excited to kind of just go for that platinum once again, after like what that feels like has been like bloody, I don't know, 12, 13 years at this point. So it'd be nice to, you know, give that game another shot. Do you think they will ever bring back the jacking mechanic in a future Crash game? I hope so. More specifically, because I want to see another Titans game. Another Titans or Mutant game. Like, make it happen. I want to see, like, a remaster of these games. Sure, they might not be the best games, but they were fun as hell to play through. I'm not going to deny that, hey, just because they weren't great doesn't mean that they weren't fun. So, I do kind of want to see those games come back in some way. But that's just me. Do a lot of people feel that way? I don't know. That's a good question. Like, what does the current Crash community look like? Are they more a fan of, like, the PS2 Crash games? Are they more a fan of the the Titan/Mutant games? Or are they more fans of stuff like the original trilogy, like myself am? Because I think with the release of Crash 4, it felt like the current Crash community is more into the older titles. And so there might not even be room for a game like that. But if we're able to get something like Crash Team Rumble, then I don't see why we wouldn't have space for another Titans game. If that makes sense. Crash Team Rumble was like the Crash game that nobody asked for. Quite literally, no one asked for, you know, this game in particular. I think my favorite Crash game is Wrath of Cortex, since it's the most faithful to the PS1 games. That's true, it is pretty faithful specifically to Crash 3, but would you not say that, like say a Huge Adventure here, for example, isn't also somewhat faithful as well? I mean, I'm just throwing this game out there as like an example. I'm sure there are other better examples. Okay, I still got the Aku Aku mask. For now. Yes, I've hit the checkpoint. Cool. I think he's gonna eat me. I think I was gonna die anyways because I thought that the Yeti was gonna eat me. Oh. What do you think of Crash Nitro Kart 1 and 2 on iPhone 2010? So I never managed to play them since those games were actually delisted fairly quickly from the App Store. But I know of them. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about these older titles. Specifically because, again, these iPhone ports of the of Crash karting titles were specifically their own individual versions that have not even very little. There was no like relationship between the Crash Nitro Kart that we got on PS2/GBA or compared to any other Crash Kart racer as well. Which I thought was I thought that was an interesting idea. If nothing else, it's cool that they did that. Oh. Did they need to do it? I would argue no. I think they should have just like, hey, if they made like a Crash Nitro Kart 2 for iPhone, they should have made a Crash Nitro Kart 2 on other platforms as well. I feel like we should have got one on PS3. I feel like we could have got one on Xbox 360. What other platforms did we have? We had Wii at the time as well. Just imagine that for a moment, that we could have had a game like that, but instead they left it only on the iPhone. Hate these penguins, man. There we go. Got him. Double jump. Whoop. No, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. I heard there was a cancelled Crash game called Crash Landed that was supposed to be made by the Tag Team Titans and Mutant developers with whip-style gameplay. What does whip-style gameplay look like? That's what I'm interested in now. Like, do they play like Blood Rain or something? That's what it sounds like. I'm just trying to think of like characters that have whips and be like, do they play like this character that's got a whip? Ivy from Soul Calibur. What else have we got? What's his face from Castlevania? Whip style gameplay, that's a fun one though. But that is interesting. Crash. What was the name again? Crash Landed. That does feel like it works as a title. But after Boom Bang, I guess there isn't really much we should expect from that. God, Crash Boom Bang. Remember that? That was an awful game. I play on my phone. I thought it sucked. I feel like I had more fun playing the Rayman kart game than I did Crash Boom Bang. And it was supposed to be a Mario Party clone too, on the DS, which it wasn't able to do on the phone. So it was a different type of game altogether. Crazy. God. It could be trying to be like Kratos from God of War, like high gameplay from the Kung Fu Panda fighting game. I mean, I guess I can kind of see that if that's the style they were going for. But again, as I'm envisioning it, I do kind of wonder, is that how people would want to play a game? Because the Spyro community, not Spyro, the Sonic community was like, yeah, this is okay. Basically. And the only reason why I say it's okay is because everyone else thinks that the game was bad. We got, what, Sonic Unleashed. That was basically like what we got from the Sonic perspective. Ace of Space. It's been a while since I played. So basically, I think Snow Job is as far as I made it on my phone before I was like, okay, now I've got to like play some more like original levels at this point. So, Ace of Space. This one I'm not 100% sure on. 194 crates, what the heck? Why is the crate count so high? Oh, this reminds me of the future levels from Crash 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, got it. Oh, didn't jump. Nailed it. One, two, three, 4, 5. Too bad you can't buy Kai anymore on Kung Fu Panda Fighting Game because the DLC got discontinued. Wait, Kai was a DLC character? I thought he was part of the main cast of the, like, the original, part of the original roster of the game. I didn't know Kai was DLC. What the heck? Yeah, this is very much like the future levels in what's it called? In Crash 3. Ah. I might need to grind up some lives earlier on in the game just to kind of, you know, not get mini game overs. Ah! One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's only 4 warp rooms from what I remember seeing in this game, since there's only like what 20, well technically 21 levels if we're going for the 101% especially. What? Oh, is that permanently like that? Okay. Yeah, he was a DLC character alongside other Kung Fu Panda 3 characters such as Master Porcupine and one of the Kid Pandas. Ooh. Ah! Died. Oh, it's slower, okay. It does make me wonder just how many, like how long this level is. Because I don't remember how long this level is. Ah! Damn it. Oh, damn it. Kai needs to return in Kung Fu Panda 5 to incorporate more deeper aspects to his tragic backstory that was cut. Yeah, you know what? I agree with you on that one. Here we go. Alright, we finally reached a bonus. Oh my god. That felt long. There we go. Whoop. Holy crap, how many more crates are there in this thing? Alright, 40 out of 51. We're getting there. Yeah, the double jump is absolutely necessary here, I think. 5 more crates to go, or 6 rather, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I'm pretty sure I did not get close to the number of crates that I need for the gem, because I think I need something else here. It's a shame that the director of Kung Fu Panda 2, Jennifer Yu Nelson, was supposed to write Kai in the 3rd movie, but got taken off in favor of a different director who toned him down. Imagine if like the director was still the same though, of 2 and 3. How different things would be. Okay, got the crystal here. Wait a second. I think I missed like half the crates in the level. What the heck? Well, you know what? I think I need to prioritize getting the colored gems, I think. You know, I'm just going to play through one more level. The Sunken City will be the last level I'm going to be playing through. And I'm also going to try and get the green jet. What? Huh. Green gem's right there. So the question is, how do I get it? Do I have to go like all the way to the end of the level and then come back to the beginning or something? Anyway, this will be the last level that I'm going to be playing through before I end the stream. So just a heads up on that, just letting everyone know. This will be the last level that I'm going to be playing through. Let me just grab all of this Wumpa because I'm going to need it to get more lives if necessary. I think one thing with like these levels here, these underwater levels, it's always about, you know, playing it safe. I'm just gonna blow this TNT up, I think. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. I was trying to trigger the TNT, being like, why isn't it triggering? I want to give myself the easiest possible path to get back to the beginning of the level to grab the green gem. Because I'm going to need that gem to get some additional stuff later on. Oh yeah, there we go. So that, I think, is all I need to get the green gem. What I'll do is I'll trigger the next checkpoint, and then I'll make my way backwards. There we go. So now, let's do this thing. I kind of just assumed I had to go backwards. I thought Legend of Spyro in the beginning was a decent first start for a reboot, but the second and third improved several problems with the first game, which were better received in some areas. And that is true, like the addition of co-op was actually kind of nice for Dawn of the Dragon. Eternal Night, I haven't played that one, so I can't really speak too much to it. But yeah, no, I really do think that Legend of Spyro did have its own set of issues when it came to the game itself. And again, it's not to say that it was like a bad game, it just wasn't what I expected to see from a Spyro game, which is rather more of an unfortunate thing than anything. Alright, so we're just making our way back to the not last but next area of the level, now that we've kind of got what we needed from this previous area. Whoa, right, I forgot there's a fish there. Oh, I died. Maybe I should just finish the level and then, like, go back to the beginning. Because then it's less likely that I'm going to run into something that's going to kill me. Or I could have used that checkpoint before. Okay, I've got a checkpoint here. So instead, I'm going to make my way back to the beginning of the level now and re-put in that, then reuse that checkpoint that I've seen. Eternal Night put hidden collectibles, more puzzles, and harder enemies as improvements, and even corrected some combo attacks. Like, that's already like a significant improvement in my opinion right then and there. With some of the stuff that you mentioned, that is stuff that I wish we had in the original Legend of Spyro. That being said, I don't think the combo attacks were the worst thing in the world, but having some additional stuff and harder enemies is good. I don't know how I struggled at the game when I was a kid. When the game first came out, I was like, what, 11 I want to say? And I somehow struggled with this game, so I don't know how I did. Because it's a lot easier than I think most people are going to give it credit for. Here we go. Got it. Also, the green gem's got a funny shape. Well, I didn't think I'd be finishing my stream on a swimming level, or an underwater level rather. And I don't think there are any underwater vehicle segments here for this game. For Wrath of Cortex there is, for Crash 3 there is, but I think for this one there isn't. There we go. Checkpoint. Made it. Cool, so I don't need to like backtrack anymore. I think we're good from here. I just need to get the last 7 crates and hit the end of the level, and boom, away we go. 3 more crates. Where are they? 2 more to go. 2 more to go. one more in the wings. How did I not kill that then? Huh. Okay, now it's a TNT, so I have to just tap it and boom. We have gem. Yes, the first color gem we have. Dawn of the Dragon was also very good since you can play as 2 different characters with different styles for 1 or 2 players. Free flight in midair and detailed cutscenes. On par with Kingdom Hearts now. That's a high bar, I would say. Save. Save. But I think as far as color gems go, so far we've only seen 2 color gems so far. The green gem, which I've got from Sunken City, and the blue gem from, I think it was Ruin, sorry. But the thing is, I can't get this one until I beat Tiny Tiger first, which means the last 2 colored gems should be in the final warp room, which is going to be fun. So yeah, I am going to end the stream there. I thought that this was a great time. I made a lot of progress, and I think I'm basically like even though it says 36%, there's only 20 levels in the game, and I've played through 13 of them already, so it's only going to get more fun and more difficult moving in, and of course there's going to be the relics and stuff like that, so look forward to it. It was strange that Legend of Spyro games 4 to 7 were supposed to be a new arc. To be completely fair, I wish we had gotten them, but we didn't get a new Spyro game. Not even a new Spyro game. We didn't get any Spyro games until Skylanders, and then after Skylanders we got the Reignited trilogy. So maybe it might have been for the better that we did get the Reignited trilogy at some point. But yeah, so I'm just gonna save the game again just to make sure that it has been saved. And yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there, and I'll catch you guys next week for the continuation of Legend of Spyro. No. What am I saying? Crash, A Huge Adventure. Catch you guys then.